get this show on the road. You got what I need.
A bit of context before jumping into the how-to of this video.
Huh?
I brought the bike to a shop to fix some acceleration issues, and they got it fixed in no time, which is a plus. So on my way home, I was caught in some heavy traffic. Right. So I thought this would make for a good opportunity to demonstrate how to ride in heavy traffic.
Like I always said, don't misquote me.
Explanations are done mostly through voiceovers and captions in the first half of this video. The rest is done through the trusted old-fashioned monologue, starting at the 3:26 mark of the video. So of course we start the ride by making sure to look both ways before moving.
Anyways, I'm going this way. Yeah. See? First gear, I'm already going like 20 something. Cause before I had to be in order to be at 30, I had to be in like third gear.
While riding, it's important to keep a good following distance to the vehicle in front, which in turn is helpful in providing more reaction time. Also ensure to come to a stop slowly and gradually by not applying too much brake pressure.
Very good.
While keeping the same distance ahead.
So far so good. That was all second gear, the whole ride, the whole time. I like that. Versus before, I could even get that high, like without like a long time to get there.
Heading into this left turn lane, I can't tell if it's clear or not, so I poke out just a little bit. By doing so, I can see the oncoming car.
Why is she looking at me like that?
When at a red light, I mostly stay in first gear to react to any potential issues that occur. But you need both hands for some reason, then switch neutral if the situation allows for it. The car up ahead looks to be pulling into the intersection, so I give a honk to alert them. Once you see a car pull past a crosswalk, be on high alert.
And hang back as much as possible too. You don't have to be right on a car's ass, because other drivers can't see you then. When you're close to another car in front of you, you can't be seen as well. So that's the other thing, right?
When riding on streetcar lanes, ride in the area that has the most space. In this case, it would be the middle. Otherwise, in regular lanes, be on the right tire track in the left lane and the left tire track in the right lane, like you see now. This allows you to see up ahead and react to any dangers that could occur.
You turning? I have no idea what he's doing now.
When there are vehicles waiting in an oncoming left turn lane, ensure that you're in a position that you can react right away if they start turning in front of you. Now that traffic has become heavier, it's important that you ensure that other drivers are aware that you are present. But in case they aren't, riding in an open spot and not in other cars' blind spots will help prevent anyone from merging into you. As mentioned earlier, riding in the left tire track, as I'm doing now, is the best for visibility for other vehicle drivers. As I see traffic up ahead is slowing down, I'm looking to know what my escape routes are to understand what options I have, just in case. I continue to maintain a gap as a safety net as usual.
So in order to know what tire track you're supposed to be in, it all depends on your flow of traffic. So in this matter, because this car is right here, I make sure that I'm in their line of sight, and that's fine. Same with the car in front of me. I make sure I'm in their line of mirror sight, so I can actually see them in the mirror. So it all depends on what's happening in the flow of traffic. Now I see a car's coming over here, so I want to, move to the left, so they know I'm here in a sense. That's why the left tire track, right tire track, depending on which lane you're in, it's just a way of saying, hey, I'm here. So boom, 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 boom. So now, just because to other drivers, it will look like an open lane space, so you always expect people to jump into your lane, right? Because there's an open lane space. And natural reaction for any driver or even biker is, hey, I like that space because it's more open. You can think of everybody as being claustrophobic allergic, or allergic to being claustrophobic. So when you notice somebody is allergic to claustrophobic, whatever the word is, they want to start getting out of their closed space and into an open one because, more real estate, right? What's that meme again? And the other thing you can constantly do is when you line up in traffic, right? It's like you just kind of look at the other drivers and say, hey, I see you looking, right? So hopefully you see me kind of thing. So yeah, my left arm's getting tired. Oh, my back. I smell rain. Alright. So this car is gonna jump into the lane. I doubt they see me. So I'm just gonna slowly. Yeah, so now they merged behind me, right? Because there was an open space. They were looking for an open space. You saw them how they were trying to get into the farthest right lane because it looked like it was moving faster. So when they saw the space, they took it. They were going to take my space, but they saw the space behind me and then they jumped in. It's all about finding open lane patterns during driving. Simplest thing. Alright. So one of the more important things while driving is how do you keep up with traffic? And that's all really playing around with your, well, what I do is using your rear brake in addition to your clutch and a little bit of throttle. Sometimes you don't even need throttle, like, right? All you can do is clutching. You use your clutch and you'll move forward a little bit. But obviously when traffic starts to pick up a little bit, you use a little bit of throttle. Sometimes you get in second gear just because it's a little easier. Or else you'd be like, oh, back and forth, rocking back and forth. Now, a lot of people will tell you, keep up with the car in front of you, but I don't think it really matters too much. Even if you leave a little bit of gap. As long as you let cars in and you don't fight with the space. Right? Saying, hey, that was my space. Well, how dare you get in my space? It will be possessive like that. One thing is, what I like to try to do is see if I can line up with either the Tesla that's right beside me or get ahead of it. That way they know I'm there. But I'll try not to sit too long in front of somebody's blind spots just because it's, harder for them to see me, of course. And so, what you try to do is when you line up, or when you're at a stop light, you try to line up with the car next to you so they remember that you're there, or again, stay ahead of them. Now,
I tried explaining here how to start when facing up on hills, but I flustered my words. Essentially, release the clutch out slowly and give it more gas than usual. It helps to use a bit of the rear brakes to prevent the bike rolling backwards, which in turn frees up your right hand for more gas and throttle control.
Start rolling backwards kind of thing, right? The little kid was looking over. Guess he wanted to say hi or something, but traffic. Let me see if I can keep up with them. Or slow down for them. You see, I didn't argue with that space of cars in front of me. Yeah, okay, well. So much you can do with traffic, I guess. So over here, because the right lane's moving faster, some drivers will be anxious to get us into the faster lane. So what you want to do is just make sure not to close the, just be on the vigilant. Kind of don't increase your speed, keep a constant speed so that you're ready to brake at any time. Because people will be looking to get into the faster lane, right? That's just how things are. And when the coast is clear, make a left turn, signal your intent, and then get into the lane. Simple as that. And now be careful, same thing. We have some cars in front of us. They may see the open lane. I may want to take it. So we just kind of pay attention and obviously make sure. Right? As you can see, there's a red car behind me that's closing the gap very quickly, so I want to pay attention to that red car and just ensure that they're not going to run me over, right? But looks like they're keeping a good distance behind me. We can pay attention again to the front of us, and this is a curve, so sometimes you gotta be careful. See, look at that white car. Is that white car trying to get into the lane? Doesn't look like it. Steer them down. Doesn't look like they're interested in getting into the lane. So again, while you're passing the car that you're passing, you want to make sure you're closer to them. In this case, a right tire track. Whoa, watch for the hole. And just be careful on that. Simple as that. Other than that, biking is really easy, especially when you're actually on open roads where you don't have to worry about cars. Yeah, left tire track, right tire track. What tire track should you be in? Well, in this case, let me shift. In this case, because I'm in the far right lane, I want to be in the left tire track. The reason being is it allows the car in front of me to see it from their driver mirror side, right? Rather than expecting it from the right side where mostly nobody's going to be. Also, in addition, the middle lane, the cars in those middle lanes will be able to see me because I'm in the left tire track. Same thing happens when I'm in the far left lane, right? And the far left lane, Let me get in the far left lane just to demonstrate this. Or, well, you can do it over here. So pretend this middle lane is the only left lane. I want to be in this right tire track. Alright, so the cars on my right can see me when they're, you know, either passing me or standing beside me or we're coasting along. Right? This will allow you to... I just want to be able to breathe. This will allow you to be visible to everyone around you. Now, question here is, why am I in the right tire track in the middle lane? As I've been explaining earlier, it doesn't really matter too much which tire track you're in the middle lane. What really matters is people around you know you're there, right? Again, if somebody does get into your lane, it's best to just say, okay, you can have the lane, don't fight over it, brake, give them the space that you want to be able to do, right? But that also takes attention on the biker's part, right?
Key tip for crossing rail tracks: pull in the clutch to avoid any sudden acceleration and go at the tracks as perpendicular as you can. You can stand on your bike's brakes to push no bumps if possible. Here's another example of someone taking my braking space. No need to fight over it. I'll just allow them in.
That's pretty dangerous. Let me get on this guy's side here so you can see me. The reason being is anyone who's in the left lane on this street will want to most likely make a left rather than being in this lane, else they would have been in this lane. Anyone on the two left lanes will want to be in the left lane to make a left sooner or later, right? Whereas the cars in the right lane will either want to make a right, so they won't really be paying attention to make a left. But if they really do want to do that, guess what? They can see me because I'm on their side, right? Yes. So, for example, just gotta pay attention to this guy.
I'll treat the following bumps as the rail tracks and apply the same method. And that concludes the rest of the how-to. If I missed anything, or if there's any questions, let me know in the comments below.